Good morning. Welcome to our River Talk. Today is the 2nd of May and it is Holocaust Memorial Day in Israel. Yesterday I had a tourist ask me, what's going on? Everything is closed. Is it going to be closed tomorrow? And I said, no, it's just tonight. And they said, where can you get food? Because all the businesses, the food selling businesses are closed, all the coffee shops. And so I said to them, oh, maybe there's a gas station open. And then I thought, oh, that's the worst dark humor Holocaust joke ever, but it's not a joke. No, it's not. And I want to talk about a beautiful ceremony that took place yesterday. I attended a ceremony. The music, of course, was wonderful. I actually downloaded it. You can see it on my channel. One song I missed, but it was beautiful. And what I really appreciated was there was a philosopher I didn't know. It was just star-studded. There was amazing talks. The philosopher's name is Shimon Azolai. He's a Sephardic Jew. Amazing, dignified man. And he said something that we should remember, that actually the plan of the Nazis, and he said we shouldn't call them Nazis, we should call them Germans. And actually there's something in it, because it was orchestrated by the Germans. I always say the opposite. I always say it's not Germans, it's Nazis. But, we don't have to agree on that. I don't think it is the Germans. I think it is the Nazis. And so it's different. But anyway, he did say that the plan was to exterminate in the Holocaust 11 million Jews, which would have included the entire Jewish population. Actually, I think there were 20 million Jews before the war. So I don't know what that meant. But I really enjoyed having Sephardic Jews involved in the ceremony. It added flavor. Amir Benyon has a voice, a soul-shattering voice that if you hear his voice, you just go to such high places, which tells you how a human being can rise so high. This is a saying by Erich Kästner, the wonderful writer of children's book, mostly known for children's book. And the German writer, and he said how as high as men can rise, it can also sink low. And I say the opposite. Look at it differently. Men can sink very low levels, but they can also rise very high. And with singing, this Amir Benyon, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing his name right, but you can see it on my channel. Amazing singing. He wrote the music to these songs, and he just lifted us up so high. And this philosopher said it was actually, the Holocaust wasn't about the Jews, it was a failure of the Western culture. He said the best philosophers, the best artists, the best everything were Germans at the time, and look where they went, how low they sank. And that is absolutely the truth. I was watching a documentary about a Nazi who saved a man, the pianist, the story of the pianist, and how there's a whole debate in Germany whether to honor him. He did save someone. He did save maybe more people, few people. And actually there was a man from Amcha, an organization. He was an educator, a very inspiring man. His name is Aryeh Barnea. And he made a wonderful talk, really inspiring for educators, what an educator he is. And he asked, of course, like good educators, a question: how many people actually helped Jews, like non-Jews that helped Jews? We would call him, he said an ancient term, a Chasidei Ulam, a righteous people, righteous Gentiles. And how many? And he said he asks people and they always say hundreds. I actually thought a lot more, so I'm very optimistic, obviously. He said 70,000 have been recognized, but he said because it's so meticulous, the process, because if a Holocaust survivor can't remember the exact date, they don't accept this person as a righteous person. It has to be documented. It's like a legal document, and only those that have every detail checks, then they can get recognition as a righteous person. And there we are, the ducks are coming. We have to take. So 70,000 people, but many, I think there were more. But if you think of what that meant to save Jews at the time, that your entire family would have been murdered, or you would have been sent to concentration camps for hiding Jews, it's incredible. And he said, it's normal to just follow along, maybe not be a Nazi, but to actually help and reach out people in need is a hero. And he explained how he tells the children how they saved during the civil war in Yugoslavia, how they sent an airplane and they took a woman who was helping Jews during the war, a Muslim Bosnian, and then he said 50 Bosnians, Muslims as well. And they brought him to a kibbutz and they were living there until after the war. And one pupil asked, how come you helped those 50? And he said, because the woman didn't help because she wanted something in return. She helped because those were people in need. I think that's the lesson we can take for sure. And then there was Yossi Peled, a man whose mother gave him to a Christian family, and until 8 years old, he was raised as a Christian. His whole voyage of getting to know who he was, then he was in the army, and he ended up being in Germany. And he decided to honor his father, and he asked everybody there, including the president of Germany, to put a yarmulke on, and he made a prayer Kaddish for his father. Well, soon it's my mother's death anniversary. She's been dead for 10 years. We're going to go to the cemetery, and I will say Kaddish also with my son. And I want to say that it was an honor. This man is like, I was trying to calculate how old he was. So this man has to be almost 80 years old, and he walks like his back is straight. This is something that yogis can appreciate. I look at how a person stands. Straight back. He looks like he's 16 in his energy, and he speaks so clearly, and everything is so well organized, the thoughts. And I thought, wow, what an amazing man after what he had to undergo. Being raised by one family and then being told, no, that's not your family, and then having to be in an orphanage and all these things he underwent, the strength of people. And he said he salutes the Jewish mothers who had the strength. And here is a mother duck. Oh my gosh, a mother duck with ducklings. And isn't that an amazing symbol of strength? Indeed, we as mothers have a lot of power to influence our children, to be amazing examples, and first of all, to put our children's needs first. Yes, mothers, you see this duck, she's like watching over the ducks, but she's not intervening too much. They need to learn to be independent, and that is something very difficult to do. So today's lessons are that we really should hug our loved ones, tell everybody you love how much you love them, and just be empowered by the power of love, because I think it's only through darkness that we can see the light. If the sky wasn't dark, we couldn't see the moon and the stars. And that's when people really shine for those heroes and the people that helped and reached out for people. That is just so inspiring. And just to be a mother is already a heroic task. So all you mothers out there, all you parents, and the children, embrace yourself. Oh, I wish they wouldn't have to be in this polluted waters, but yeah. Anyway, there's no good without bad, obviously. I really wish something could be done for this river. With all our technology, why is it not possible to keep this river pollute-free? I really need to be more active. We all need to be more active in order to make this world a better place. Because remember what the American Indians say. We have this earth, we have inherited this earth from our ancestors, and we leave it to our children, and let's leave a good planet. Peace, light, and love on this River Talk today from us, and have a beautiful yogi day today from us here by the river. Peace, light, and lots of love.